problem. Now, let's put it this way. This is my own this thing. The major challenges we have, and everybody here will similarly agree, is you see that thing, insecurity. Insecurity is a major challenge that is eating everybody up. One thing that made Lagos look like it is what it is right now is because of the level of security Lagos has compared to every other part of Nigeria. Lagos is a state that allows everybody, irrespective of your tribe, your religion, or whoever you are, to strive. And as a result, it actually helps the community to grow massively, like a place that everybody wish their state is like. Do you understand? But it comes at a price. And the price that it came with was Lagosians are willing to give out their land, irrespective of who you are, provided you come with a positive intention of developing. And most people feel safe there. So because of the security availability in Lagos, people tend to move towards that direction. Now, another thing is this, okay? If you check the characteristics of an average Yoruba person, okay, there is no tendency of promoting insecurity that is actually there. So people don't see any reason to not want to go. Okay, unlike let me use the North as an example. There is this form of insecurity that's actually around there, making people to feel like instead of me going there, I am worried. Most people that actually go there, they say, okay, I'm going there and I'm taking the risks. Whatever happens is my choice. The same thing happens with Northerners trying to come to Southeast. They see it as whatever happens there is my choice. Do you understand? But if you ask an average Northerner how far is not safe, they will tell you, yes, North is very safe. If you ask an average Southerner, they will tell you, yes, South is very safe, East is very safe, South is very safe. That's what they will say. To everybody, their own side is safe. But to an outsider, it is not safe. And now that brings about why. The why is because of the kind of information that you allow to leave your side. If you promote your side with evil or insecurity mind, people will listen to those insecurity parts. If you promote your site with enjoyment, entertainment, and secured background site, if you paint it as a secured site, people will tend to listen to that. So the more you continue painting your site with insecurity, people will continue to believe that place is insecure. And once people feel that place is insecure, they tend not to go towards that direction, no matter what you do. Now, what actually promotes insecurity? Poverty. You see, poverty promotes insecurity to the highest extent, and unemployment. Unemployment and poverty. Now, it is common to the fact that people tend to have, we should actually check on our childbearing and monitoring home. You see, the first place for security to start from is from the family, the home. A man should be able to have the exact amount of children he can manage and hold everyone to their neck and bring them up the right way, that they will have a more competitive chance in the modern society. You don't have the children and let them be without proper guidance. They tend to mix the wrong way. And once they mix the wrong way, they tend to be bad to the economy. Now, insecurity has to be actually challenged, not only by your place, your tribe. It has to start from the family, the smallest organization. If I am a man now, I have 3 children. I can manage that 3 children. If my capability is to manage 2 children, and give them the best education, feeding, clothing, and give them more competitive ground in the economy, I will manage those children. But if for any reason I see it as a reason to have more than I can manage, I am actually promoting criminality in the economy, because I will have good and I will have a lot of bad. Because I actually gave birth to the ones I cannot control as well. So the reason why I said this is if an average man looks into, this is my capability, this is what I can do, and then I can do it and I'll hold it. If you don't live up to your responsibility, that is where the government comes in. They should take the fact that if you cannot take care of your children that you gave birth to, you let them loose, you let them go off, you should be held accountable. You should be judged for crime against humanity. Reason, because you are trying to resort to insecurity to the economy. If government can actually make sure they control the amount of people you give birth to, if you decide to have a child and you cannot take care of that child, if government take that charge, you are not allowed to have wife or children outside those children until, if you decide to say you want to have more, you must first of all take care of the ones you have. If you're found to have if you're found to have another one outside the one that you have that you've not taken care of, you should be jailed. You should be jailed for such. If they can implement such things, people will start to raise educated, smart, intelligent. It doesn't matter the religion. It doesn't matter the religion. People will start to be exposed, and they will be very valid members of the society. And once you start seeing good people coming out from a particular place, people tend to move towards that direction because of that security provision. And once people tend to move to your side because of the security is provided, your economy will definitely grow accordingly. We have had so many beautiful economies that were there even before Lagos were actually thriving. But Lagos has not gotten to where it is. There was the city of Kano there was Calabar, there's Calabar and other things. What is it that made all those places go down very fast? One, insecurity. Insecurity can actually destroy a city that is totally developed and make that city go down to zero. So I think people should learn how to work on themselves from the home ground and then build it up to the main ground. Exactly. The country, to so many ground, has actually made a lot of things available. It's just like I had somebody saying that if you go to the north, to east, you will not get a job. If you go that is not true. Do you know why I say that is not true? The government has made a provision for every state in every state. Like now,
let's be wary of time.
Okay, I'll run up in less than a minute, please, I promise. Less than a minute. Okay. If you go to Kano now, okay, if you're from south, the tendency of you getting accepted in their university is high because there is always a provided slot for your people in that side. So if people don't occupy it, it will be given out. That is a fact. But it doesn't mean it's not there. The same way there is a slot for the northerners in south. If you don't occupy it, it is left or somebody else will occupy your position. But it doesn't mean it's not there. Now, that is where the government doesn't talk about. That is where the politicians don't like talking about. But it is actually available. And the reason why they don't talk about it is because...
You should be rounding up.
Yes, the reason why they don't talk about it is because they don't want they want to actually leave Nigeria divided by tribe for their own political benefit. But we should see above this. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Sorry, I don't know who is the next speaker, but before the next speaker comes, I want to ask Sedi, are you around?
Yeah, I'm around.
Okay, Sally, please. There's something I would like to ask with your permission because you're the owner of this house. I don't know if it's okay.
Yeah.
I want to propose something, Sally, and what I want to propose is this issue of insecurity. I believe we've talked about it enough to the fact that there is a need for us to start talking about solutions.
Okay.
That is one. Secondly, there is another thing going on right now that people are not taking notice of, and if we don't attend to that, it's going to cause us a great deal of problem. The issue is that anybody that is on TikTok, especially if you're following the majority of the Ariwa TikTokers, the northern TikTokers, there is a very disturbing trend that is going on right now. The trend is young men are being videoed holding dangerous weapons, threatening northern Christians just because of what happened in Udo. And this is absolutely not acceptable. We will not keep quiet. We will come together, we will open life, we will talk about it, we will call out any northerner that thinks picking up arms to attack anybody is a way to go. Then we'll call that person out. We'll call him by his name, we'll paste his picture, and we'll report him to the authorities as soon as possible before this thing gets out of control. This thing is going on as I'm talking to you right now. I'm just from One Life, and the videos I saw there are really, really disturbing. So in as much as it's very important for us to keep this discussion on, we should really, really try and divert what we are discussing to focus on this thing. As for us, the Fulanis, we are tired of all this issue of discussion of insecurity. Whoever wants to call us terrorists, he should go ahead and call us. But as for us Fulanis, we want to prosper something beneficial. What is the way forward? We want to propose things that might resolve these issues for anybody that wants to hear. And for these northern TikTokers, we are going to call them out. We are going to distance ourselves with them unequivocally in a very, very loud tone. Because if you see the trending videos, you will be disturbed, quite frankly. And this is part of the accusation that has been melted on us, that when things are bad, we don't talk until when they get out of control. So that's just what I want to ask Mr. Sedi.
Tomorrow we'll talk about that one, right, Oda?
Okay, yeah, tomorrow we'll talk about it, but I've already told...
you will write me on WhatsApp now then.
Okay, I've already told AD and Think Again, if we're here for the longest, so maybe we'll start brushing on it so that we'll know what exactly we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's just what I want to call our attention to, because it's really, really serious.
Okay, Mr. Bash, can I add something to what you just said, please? In 10 seconds.
But you have to be brief so that another person...
No, 10 seconds. 10 seconds, that's what I say. Please, this is what I think should work. You should not come to a collective platform. You can make it separate platform so that different people will actually come into your platform and to cover a wider range. But if you make it just one enclosed platform, it will be one set of people listening. So if you make it a wider platform, that
no,
it's
already
going
wide. It's already going wide because I'm from another house now. That's why I want to come here and give our attention.
No problem. That works. Thank you.
Also, anybody that is in this house also, you don't have to be a northerner to help us spread this news. Nobody is with this movement. Nobody in the north. All these kids are being sponsored, are being given drugs. They are not even, if you see the videos, by me looking at them, you will see that they are under some influence. So that it will not be an issue of you don't talk until now.
All right, thank you very much. I really appreciate what you just
I think this
Host, I'm
idea,
coming down.
this initiative is a
Let me
very
go and start working with this. Let me start
So the
working
next-
with it immediately.
The next speaker, please, can continue.
The next speaker is Mr. President.
Thank you very much again. Insecurity in Nigeria, this is a general problem. Whether you're in the south, you're in the east, you're in the west, it is. I mean, you can't even travel safely across the country without, fear of being kidnapped, by criminals. And I don't know, this is going to deviate a little bit from what's on the subject matter, and that's because of what the Lagos government was saying about eradicating, about saying, we should be one. I mean, I believe we're one Nigeria, and I still believe we should hold on to our ethnic and tribal lines. I don't believe erasing that is the solution. It is not even the solution. Nigeria is a country of many nations, and we must remain with our identities, our ethnic identities. We can work as long as we understand and respect each other. The northern part of Nigeria, they have a different culture from me. I'm not going to expect them to forget all about their culture, all because we want to be one Nigeria. No, and I'm not going to do the same thing. And to the people who believe that, if you are born somewhere, you should eradicate state of origin, suddenly become an indigenous of that place. That's only a thief. Only a thief who think like that.
Sorry, my brother. I think you have.
I'm not calling you a thief, sir. I did not call you.
Hold on, because you asked me a question. I think you are referring to the question you wanted to ask.
So what do you feel attacked?
Mr. Lagos,
you are using abusive language.
He's a foolish brother.
Don't use this kind of language here.
What language is that?
How can you call somebody a thief?
I'm not calling. I didn't call anybody name.
No, you mentioned that it's an abuse. Okay. Language is an abuse.
Anyone,
that's not the language you use.
Okay,
I don't see no child here.
Anyone who is thinking and wishing
because say it's not true, it cannot work. It's not true, it will not work. It's simple, but don't say it's a thief.
Oh my days. Why do you feel triggered by my words? Is that something you want?
Can you use such kind of evil words on people you are telling?
You're a thief. You want to erase people's ethnic identity. You're a thief.
Hello. Can I quickly,
I've not called anyone. Who is this?
Let me just correct your.
Wait, I'm coming. Who is this, please? What is he saying?
I don't know even. I wasn't even listening. What?
No, they said that we should erase ethnic identities.
Who? Marcos,
and then
you heard what I said. I said they want us to erase.
No, why would you call him a thief now? Why will you come to the panel and call someone a thief?
That idea is dead on arrival. We Yoruba don't want it.
And I said that
we Yoruba don't want it.
I know you. I know people will cry because of the little submission. It was just a submission. We Yoruba don't want it. Olabola, nobody's asking you to sign anything. Nobody's
I'm just telling you that agenda is dead on arrival.
You are just crying for just a submission. It was
everybody to relax. We're just exchanging ideas.
Wait,
let's even understand. I want to understand what's happening too, Mr. President. What did you say?
So earlier when I came on to this space, I heard somebody saying that, we should erase ethnic identities and be one, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, that is wrong. Why would you want us to erase ethnic identities?
You have misconception about my idea, please. Can I please say something? Because you are twisting what I said.
Relax, sir.
I don't like that.
The federal government already has federal character. So in the federal government civil service.
Mr. President,
Is that no? Wait, well, let him respond first. Is that what you said?
Don't call him Mr. President. Call him 25 to death.
Please let me finish.
the public that are watching
in the
us.
federal,
That is not what I said.
please,
Can I
wait.
correct what I said, please?
Please.
Yeah, well, just hold on. Let him finish first. Then so you. Okay, is that all you said? That
Federal jobs.
that of-
Federal jobs. You can come from the north and work in the east. That's okay. Or you shouldn't tell me that.
No. Let's address that first. Let him address that. If that's your only point that you raised, let him address it. I think you misconceived him. Lagos boy. No, wait. Listen to him. Listen to him.
Can you please?
He said that you misunderstood him.
Quiet,
Listen to him.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, true.
Please, I don't know if Mr. President has ever lived in the Western world or if you've ever traveled out of Nigeria, where law works. You should
In the
understand
Western world, I'm living in Western world.
right.
The identity is not erased.
If you have lived in the Western
Identity
world,
is not erased.
excuse me, please don't talk like a barbarian here.
No, I'm just telling you, we Yoruba will never
Not too much
accept
noise, and you're not ready to
Martin,
listen
please
and
keep
learn.
quiet. Let him finish.
Take it easy.
What is
Let him
this?
explain himself. Just
We're not
explain.
fighting here. We're only rubbing minds together. And, see what
Exactly. Lagos boy, continue.
So my idea is that, I mean, if you've lived in the Western world, you see that we have different nationalities here. It doesn't change you from who you are. People still, practice their religion. We still educate our children in our own, in our own tradition, in our own way. Look, my kids have only been to Nigeria twice. They're doing their masters right now. Yeah, I have about 4 children in the university. Okay, and they speak my language perfectly well. They've been to Nigeria only twice in their lifetime. It does not change them from who they are.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I have 2 children. I have 2 children from a German, and the other 4 are from a Nigerian woman. And I'm bringing them up in my traditional way, and they speak my language very well. They speak Edo very well. It doesn't change them from who they are.
Mr. President, let me address this issue, please. Let me address this issue. Give me the time.
Martin, let him finish, please.
Excuse me.
Martin, let him finish.
Then understand where I'm going before you start to argue with me.
No, Lagos boy, I understand.
What I'm trying to say in essence is that, you see, this issue of tribalism, what is creating problem for us in Nigeria is the resource control. The resource problem, limited resources that we have, that everybody is fighting over, is what is making us to have this unnecessary problem that we are facing. People trying to favor their own ethnic group. But if we start seeing ourselves as Nigerian first, we can still be Yoruba, Edo, Hausa, Fulani. We are all Nigerians. See yourself as a Nigerian first. The national interest comes first. And then you go back home and still be who you are. It doesn't change you, it doesn't mean that you must forget about your religion or forget about your ethnic
I understand what you're saying. I think they misunderstood you.
So, can I talk now?
If only we can be united under one nation, under one umbrella as one as a citizen of one nation, we start seeing ourselves as one.
I want to say something, please.
This selfishness will no longer be
I understand you.
Mr. Lagos boy, please, let me make this announcement, please. You see, we are just making our submission here. Anyone who interject or who insult anybody again will be kicked out. If you know you have mental issue, just come down from this panel now. Or later, I will throw you inside the trash. So let's listen to Olabola make your submission.
Excuse me. Let me explain.
Everybody.
Martin, please hold on, please. And think again. What happened was a comment that Mr. President said was a little bit harsh, because he was saying anyone that denies what his idea was a thief. Which is
you think like a baby. That guy is 25 to life. You think like a baby. Let's move for Olabola. Olabola, make your submission.
Mark, please, let's at least talk to each other with respect.
Okay. I thank you, everybody.
I'm done with my submission. I was cut short.
We all know that every unit tribe in
your time
Nigeria
is over. Olabola, you can continue.
Have their own values, belief, and ethics. Everybody in Nigeria, we Yoruba doesn't want confusion within our cultural heritage. We don't want foreign body to bring their value into our culture. We know some tribe. If we get back out of wedlock, that children belong to the mother. We don't want it. We don't want confusion in our community. So that issue of raising tribal identity in Yoruba land is dead on arrival. They will never see the light of the day. I know within the Hausa Fulani, they have ancient culture. They built for many thousand years. They will never put it down. They will never inject it to other people, bringing their confusion into a community. Like Africa, not only Nigeria, all over Africa, there's no single country in Africa that practices that. No single African country. Africa are indigenous people, are cultural people, and every unique tribe in Africa have their separate value, norms, and lifestyle. I cannot turn Fulani man to be an Igbo man. What I'm saying is what we Yoruba believe. I don't say what you believe in your own Edo or whatever. I respect your view. That's what we believe. And we want to keep our identity like that. The only solution to this thing, the way I'm saying it, is to restore Nigeria back to 8 or 6 regions and restore control. We are able to govern and control himself. The moment you model people together, it brings confusion, disorientation for people, different ideas. People will be yarning against each other because you are introduced to new things that you are not exposed to before. What brought insecurity is this useless one Nigeria system. You cannot force people and bring up new breed of human being out of what nature made them. It can't work. All over Europe, they are indigenous people. A Scottishman is Scottishman. A Welshman is a Welshman. I've been Welsh. Before you can be employed in Wales, you must speak Welsh language, not only English. They promote their cultural heritage. That's human being for you. So the only solution to this thing is to go back to regional government, at least 6 or 8 regions, and give everybody in some country to control his own resources, and let everybody have a break. We will never destroy what our ancestors have been for 1,000 years as a Yoruba man. We will never allow it to bring some alien culture into our midst. To tell me you get back to out of wedlock, the children belong to the woman. So we keep on be fighting among ourselves in our community. In my culture, Yoruba culture, we don't put price on marriages. We do some tribe in Nigeria, they put price on their marriages. That's the culture, that's the value. Some tribe in like Fulani tribe, they are nomadic tribe. You can't change that for them. That's their values. That's what made them to be Fulani. They will never change for that kind of values. Everybody has to protect that cultural heritage that God gave to them. We don't want modeling of culture and destruction of identity. We will not break a new breed of Yoruba. We don't want it. So anybody that brings that kind of idea, that one that said from East, is dead on arrival. Is dead on arrival. The only solution to this,
Mr. Martin,
the only solution to this insecurity. Let me finish.
Don't interject him, please. Don't interject.
Let me finish. This is what we Yoruba and nothing can change it. That's our own submission. We don't want it, and we'll never be forced to do it.
Okay, Mr. Martin.
Please, can I quickly reiterate?
Wait,
Let me make my point clear to you.
Just a minute, Lagos boy. Just a minute. You see, I think you have misunderstood what Lagos boy is saying. Obviously, I think you feel very strongly about this matter, but when we are calm and cool, we'll understand each other better. Lagos boy is not saying that anybody.
Question, please?
Yeah, okay, let me finish first. Let me land before you ask me. Lagos boy is not saying that we should erase our ethnic identities. From my understanding of ethnic relationship, there are 3 major ways of form of ethnic relationship that are successful. One is integration, another is assimilation, another is amalgamation. So obviously, you two, Martin and Mr. President, will never support amalgamation, nor will you support assimilation. But you, I'm sure you, Yeah, I don't know. Yes, you don't have to respond. I understood. That's why I said it. But I'm sure you will not be against integration. For the purpose of somebody who doesn't understand what integration means, let me explain what it means. Integration means successful coexistence while maintaining individual identities, which means that there's complementary relationship and harmony side by side. I think that is what you two support. And what...
Should I answer that question? Not integration based on law. Integration based on willingness, not backing by law. We don't want it.
No, you. I don't think you. I think you're too quick to make judgments without understanding what
Martin,
people are saying. What I'm saying.
No. I'm just telling you how we Yoruba felt. We never allow it in Yoruba land.
Don't be too emotional.
Easy. We are not here. Nobody
it into three.
You are not, we are not trying to change your way.
Anything that is out of this is conflict.
We only accept integration on voluntary basis, not by law.
Listen, Martin, you're speaking over people's heads. You're not understanding them. That's why I didn't allow Lagos Boy to speak, so that I will explain these things to you before you speak, so that it won't be an argument. What I'm saying is, according to my understanding and my study of ethnic relationship, I divided it into three. And you do not want amalgamation or assimilation, you want integration. Integration does not mean that anybody dominates anybody or anybody loses his identity. You maintain your identity 100%, but you work well together. I'm sure you will accept that. Because as long as we're occupying the same space, that is the only other successful model, which does not...
Look at it. This is where I draw the line. What state are you from again, if I may ask you?
What?
What state are you from?
Kano.
Wonderful. So if the federal government has, job opportunity there, it is okay for anybody anywhere in Nigeria to come and apply and they get the job. That's fine. But if Kano state government is actually hiring people, do you not think it is fair that the people of Kano are considered first or prioritized first before any other persons?
Yes.
That is my point exactly. So
what do you understand? No, but my understanding of what Lagos Boy is saying, based on what I listened to, he will talk after I talked, but it's not in contradiction of what you are saying. That's what I'm trying to
He said, I used the state as an example. I asked him if Edo State is hiring, and should Edo State not prioritize the people of Edo State first? He said, no, they shouldn't. It shouldn't be like that. I mean, for crying out loud.
Well, you see, let me tell you something. These are modalities, these are details, but the philosophy that guides any nation is the most important thing. And what is important, number one, is when you are existing as a nation, is different from when you are not existing as a nation. Countries who are neighbors are different from people who are existing as a nation. So that's why there are models, and some people are proposing regionalism, federalism, but each of these models has autonomy. The difference is the way the structures are.
You agree with me that Nigeria is a nation divided along ethnic and tribal lines, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Good. And
that is why
for Nigeria to work, I must respect your ethnicity, your culture, and tradition. If I respect that, you will not have problem. That is the only way we will be able to integrate and live together in harmony. I respect your tradition, your culture, and everything. And you also do the same thing to me. But it's not like you're telling that, you know what, let's forget about this. English people are this and that, they don't have that. No, that is good. That is breeding problem. That is like erasing.
Well, now I will yield the space to Lagos Boy, because my understanding of what he's saying is not different from what you're saying, because I don't think he's saying that we cannot have independent identities. I think he's saying that we should work well together. And working well together is called integration. Because
Thinking boy, let me say this thing. We have many
Can I ask the gentleman?
Let him respond now. No, let him respond now.
It's assimilated into the Hausa culture.
Hello.
They don't bring Yoruba culture down there.
Hello.
It's fair now to allow him to speak now.
You just.
Lagos boy, you can speak now.
Thank you very much. You see, we should try and listen to each other first so that we understand exactly the points we're trying to make before we start getting hyperactive or getting too anxious. You know, if you're talking about tradition and culture here, I don't think any Nigerian is probably more a traditional man than I am. I come from Benin. Go on, study the history of Nigeria, and then you know what Benin represents and what a real Benin man is.
Benin is an extension of the Yoruba nation, so I know.
I don't run away from my tradition.
You're a madman. You listen to yourself.
So, what I'm trying to say, please let me talk.
If you say your madness here now,
think again, moderator. You can see this man is insulting.
Who is this man?
Please don't interject. Who is insulting?
I think it's
It's insulting. Someone under me is insulting.
What do you mean? This man called man. What do you say?
You called me madman.
You expect me to listen to your madness.
See what you're saying now. You guys
Please. Yeah, I just want to ask.
I have to drop
Maybe it's
both of
better to
them.
take them down because they're not responsible.
They're not the one that is fighting.
Lagos boy.
Yeah, wait.
Hello, sir. Lagos boy. Please, you see, when we are
I drop both of them because they are not listening, and I know. I will bring them back.
When we are around this,
you see, I wanted to use.
I'm coming. No, wait. We are rounding cycles. What you hit, your point is this: we should abolish. We are talking about.
He's already explaining himself. You cut him in the middle. Let him finish now.
In as well, then bash direction now. We are talking about citizenship and indigenship.
These are the two my brother. I think they try to hear from me directly, rather than maybe somebody speaking for me.
Focus on that too.
You see, I was trying to use the United States. 1 minute, please. I'm trying to use the United States model here. Why do you think everybody want to live in the United States? Do you know the number of nationalities that exist in the United States? And yet, everybody tends to take the that nationalistic approach, in dealing with national affairs. When it comes to
I will answer about United States. I will answer United States.
It does not change you from. It does not change you from. It does not change you. Please, 1 minute, please. Don't let me finish now. What will be this?
Please continue. Please, nobody should interject you.
What I'm trying to say is that it does not change you from who you are. You can still maintain your culture. You can still practice, bring up your children the way you want to bring them up at home. But when it comes to national affairs, when the call of this, that national call is, that call, what's it called? That national call, if you are called upon, you answer that first as a Nigerian. You understand me? It does not change you from who you are. You are still a Yoruba man. I'm still a Benin man. The Hausa man is still an Hausa man. A Fulani man is still a Fulani man. Yeah? We must respect our culture and our tradition, while at the same time upholding our national interests first. By the time we start doing that and start seeing every one of us as citizens first, by the time Nigeria starts recognizing us as citizens, that is when Nigeria will start working. And not
honestly, I don't see what is different from what you're saying and what they're saying.
Thank you, Mr. That's what we are practicing now.